Heavy is the head that has to manage all of this.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel.
We're now incentivized to buy what we already buy.
Fumbling through college had me building.
I also got some done on the other side.
And that was right around, I would say, May, maybe, right before renewing the lease for this property.
Welcome to the channel, Martha.
Thank you for having me here.
Oh, I was going to say, I am getting up there in age, I'll tell you what.
Bills paid by other people, life was never this good. I had to step back, knowing that it's...
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this was a topic that is very near and dear to my heart. It's something that I learned very early on in life and has really helped me. There's certain things that will always stick with you, and this one stuck with me. So I went to a high school called the High School of the High School of Innovation in Media and Advertising. It's located in Canarsie, which is in Brooklyn, New York City. Now, with the High School of Innovation in Media and Advertising, they taught me something called supply and demand. And what that means is that if you have a large supply of something, the demand gets lessened. But if you have less of a supply of something, the demand is higher. So one example of that is, here's one of my boxing shoes, right? There's only a certain amount of boxers out there. If you decided that you wanted to start boxing, you may want a pair of boxing shoes. If the demand is low, it's probably because there's so much of a supply of it that people are going to start undercutting each other. They're going to start lowering the price in order to get the customer that would rather have opted in for another brand had it not been less expensive. And so what I get from that is, if there is no competition, obviously the price of the product will be a lot higher. Now this stuck with me in more ways than one, because you can increase demand for your products, but you can also increase demand for your services. What do I mean by that? In the last video, I talked about being a personal trainer and how if your body is not in shape and if certain things are not right with you, then the demand for you training someone else is not going to be as high as it could be. But if you're in shape, you're starting to advertise yourself on Instagram, you're starting to market yourself in certain categories. Now you're someone that is more desirable because people want your body type. People want to start looking like you. People want to start looking up to you and doing the things that you're doing in order to get in shape. So they go to you because you give them a sense of pride. You give them a sense of motivation and encouragement. So you can boost demand for a specific service by being more reputable, being more knowledgeable, and being more engaging in a way. I'm not actually finding the word that I want to use, but I guess it's people trusting in your process or service, right? That's why we use reviews on Amazon. We use reviews on certain products and services. That's why we have a like button on YouTube. Please like the video if you're enjoying it. That's why we have all these measurements in place to measure how much demand is there for a certain product or service, so that we can then use that to gauge what this product and service is worth, right? How much is my YouTube channel worth? Over 200, 300, 400 plus videos have been produced on this channel. How much is that information worth? How much is that knowledge worth? All of that, you bundle it up, you bring it to a investor, you bring that to a advertising or a commercial organization, and you say, hey, how much are you willing to pay for this right here, this channel, this advice, this content? And then you go to the next one and you say, hey, this person was willing to pay X, Y, and Z. Are you able to match? Are you able to do more? What can you do for me, right? And now there is demand created because there is not one, but at least two companies fighting for the rights to your content, for the rights to your services, to the rights to your information. And this is how you make more money, by leveraging your business by leveraging the demand for your products and services. And so it requires a lot of negotiation. It requires a lot of communication. It requires a lot of knowledge, to be honest with you, right? Not everybody's going to be knowledgeable on their product or service. They just want to sell the product or said service. But you also have to have that negotiation factor in there to where you can now promote that business in its entirety. And so one way to never go broke, in which I was getting at throughout this entire thing, is to have something in high demand. And one thing that I have that is always in high demand is housing. All the time I'm asked, I do have a guest room, and because I have a guest room, I'm always asked if I'm willing to rent it out. And there's a variety of different price ranges that people will give me, because the house is actually not on the market. The room is not on the market for rent. And I used to rent it out for around $715, $750. But there are people coming in offering $900, $800, $700, $200, $400 with the promise of giving me the rest later. But all that tells me is that there's still a demand for the space. And so, you know, people need a place to live. Maybe where they're living wasn't the best, and they're willing to offer me more for said product, and the product being the room that is available. So with that being said, as long as there is a demand for it, it sometimes will even sell itself. And, you know, it just brings joy to me knowing that, hey, you can't go broke when you have something in high demand. And so that's the same thing that I will turn this YouTube channel into, something of high demand that is needed, not just something that is a want for certain people, but something that is needed. And so if you're looking for more information like this, and to understand what supply and demand is, to understand how to advertise, market, grow your own business, please do subscribe to the channel. So we're getting a lot more subscribers on the channel now. 89% have not subscribed, which is way better than the 90% that had not subscribed previously. So please do continue to subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate it, as it is helping us grow. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.